grab your weed, because you're now tuned in to the TRBRC podcast.
Now we're at 1 o'clock now. Now we're at 1 o'clock a.m. Around 1 o'clock a.m. Again, Sunday 25th. She's standing by the Nikola Tesla monument here, all right? And she takes a snapshot of a picture of the falls, and she snapped her Snapchat account. She uploads it to her Snapchat account to some of her friends. That picture taken at this spot right here. So we know she's right here at approximately 1 a.m. At 1:05 a.m., she sent a text message to her other male friend in the New York City area, letting him know that she was on a bus. He asked for her location, but she did not respond. And we know that that's not true. Because we have her cell phone. We're able to ping her cell phone. And her cell phone at that point is right here. At 1:20 a.m., she sent another text message to her other male friend in New York City, saying that she's on the 35 bus going home. And he replies that he's relieved. Again, we know that is not true. Her phone pings in that area right there. At 1:21 a.m., she sends this male friend in New York another text saying that she spoke with her mom on the phone, and her and her mom were crying, and basically that her and mom, were just, having a conversation. And again, we know by her cell phone records that this is not true, that there was no conversation with her mother at all during this time. At 1:22 a.m., she sent another text message to this male friend saying that I'll let you know when I get off the bus. And this was the last outgoing message from her phone, which is 1:22 a.m. And again, per her cell phone tower records, that text came from Goat Island. She was not on a bus. At 1:23 a.m., this male friend texts her back saying, okay. He acknowledges the text. And at that point, 1:23 a.m., her cell phone leaves the cellular network, meaning it was either powered off or destroyed. At 1:23 a.m. on Sunday, April 25th. And the phone has not powered back on since. Between 1:45 a.m. and 2:27 a.m., this male friend from New York City makes multiple attempts to contact her, and he reports that when he tried to contact her, it said that her phone was disconnected. Now, we know that after this, this male friend in New York City did not tell anyone about any of this initially. He didn't report it to anyone, didn't say anything to anyone, and the same is true for her ex-boyfriend as well. But again, his conversation, remember, weren't until earlier that day on Saturday. On Sunday, the family obviously cannot get a hold of her. And on Monday, the family contacted Buff State, and that is when this whole investigation started. The investigation has taken place since Monday, April 26th, when the investigation started. That's the first time that anyone knew from the authorities knew. I'll call everyone else authorities here. The authorities knew that she was missing. And immediately State started taking action, gathering all the video, gathering all the evidence. They contacted the New York State Park Police after they determined that, that she might have been on Goat Island. And from that point right there, the New York State Park Police got involved. The New York State Police got involved. The Customs and Border Patrol got involved. The Niagara County Sheriff's Department got involved. Our office got involved. Buffalo State contacted us on Wednesday afternoon, April 28th. That's when we first learned about this and were notified to help. Buffalo State called us that afternoon, asked us for our help. We said absolutely, and then we got involved. We wanted to have aerial surveillance. The first thing we wanted to have done was aerial surveillance up and running. Due to the weather conditions, we couldn't get aerial up until Saturday, May 1st. We had 2 helicopters up starting on Saturday and 1 drone. The New York State Police had one of the helicopters. The Customs and Border had the other helicopter, and the Customs and Border had a drone as well. So all 3 of those were up and running. They've been up and running since Saturday, May 1st, 4 to 5 times a day, and they're going to continue to run. Maybe not 4 or 5 times a day, but they're going to continue to go up. What they see appropriate until she's found. During the course of this week here, every business.
All right. All right. All right, man. I feel like we heard enough.
That's
Okay.
heavy.
All right. I think we heard enough. 24 minutes into that, I think we heard enough. So that's what I really want to know, if the body was found, if there is a body.
No body.
It's a lot that I really want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and this is why I was saying, fathers, be in your daughter's life, man. Be in your daughter's life. I ain't gonna go too much into it because this is just fresh. And like Ma was saying, a body has not been found. I feel like it's still premature to say that she's dead if a body has not been found and that has not been recovered. I want them to keep continuing a search, and when somebody claims someone is dead, I feel like that will hamper the urgency that these people are putting into the search for her, because despite what was said via text message or what she said on the phone call, the body has not been found, or she has not been found. So we can't. I think it's premature to say that she's dead. So, or she committed suicide. I mean, most times when someone is saying that they're gonna do something, I feel like at least this is what they say in like the suicide information, shit like that, database. They usually say the person is just looking for help and they're not going to do it. So she was talking for hours and hours and hours. I don't see if they ain't found the body, I think it's premature to say she's dead. But fathers, stay in your daughter's life, because the father's supposed to be the first male she called when she's dealing with relationship problems, or she's feeling down and feeling like she needs a vent.
Absolutely. Your parents are supposed to be there, your mom and your dad, and it seems like her mom was there.
She called her mother. She called her mother after the boyfriend her hung up and he broke it off with her. She called her mother. Her and her mother didn't have a long conversation, but she definitely called her mother. So and then she had tried to make several attempts to reconnect with the boyfriend, who we don't know the nature of the conversation or why he was so upset with her. We don't really know that. Not really our business, but he wasn't interested in anything that was going on with her at that point in time. You know, we all been in situations like this when we involved with someone and things get, you know, it's a really a high emotional thing. And especially when we in especially straight people, you need the opposite gender, not somebody that's interested in you sexually, for you to vent and have a shoulder to cry on. You know, I'm just a figure of speech, but you need someone to vent to that's the opposite gender, so that you can get like some type of, you know, like energy, positive energy,
Insight.
enforcement.
Yeah, and insight, a different perspective.
She attempted to do so with the other friend in New York. But like I said, man, fathers, be in your daughter's life, man. And I know this is fucking 40 cal up, man. I know this is crushing me. Oh my God, like it just the fact that I'm just looking at the. I don't want to say too much. I just don't want to say too much. I could say, fathers, be in your daughter's life, man. Make sure you're the first man she called, the first male she's calling when she's going through something. Somebody else can go.
Don't, and I'm not saying that this is the case in her parents' relationship, but don't hate the other parent so much that you neglect your children, because your children need you. No matter what happened between your relationship, your children need you. They need you. They need you to teach them how to be strong. Just like you were there to teach them how to crawl and to walk. Be there to teach them how to be strong, how to love themselves, how to pour into themselves, because that's what they so desperately need. They don't need you just to be there to buy them things. They don't need you to be there just to you know, give them encouragement. You need to teach them how to be strong. You need to teach them. You need to be the ones to teach them how to navigate through life, how to navigate relationships, friendships, all of that stuff. You're their first teacher. You're their first teacher.
Yeah, if you're a parent, you are the first teacher. Both parents are needed in the development of the child. Even if both parents is not together, you gotta understand that you have to on a daily. You gotta have a good relationship. Like I'm not trying to say too much. It's other men on the phone call on this podcast. I would like to hear from them. So I'm not trying to say too much. I'm not trying to say too much. It's like a lot that I'm trying to hold back out of respect. There's a lot that I don't really want to say. DM3.
All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Yes, like you said, it's sometimes it's best to say less, but you know, we definitely feel for 40 cal because, you know, bump hip hop, bump the battle rap beefs and whatnot like that. She's a human being. She's a young lady. She's someone's daughter. She's 40 cal's daughter. And like YMF was saying, you know, men definitely be in your daughter's lives, but ladies, make sure you let men be in their daughter's lives. You know, you may hate the guy, but it's very important that he be a part of his daughter's life. You know, it takes both balances, you know, because sometimes ladies, you know, the daughter needs a strong male presence sometimes when they're dealing with their boyfriend or a guy, because a father can give his daughter a sense of how a man thinks, you know. So it's very important that, yes, the man be in his daughter's life, and mothers, let the father be in his daughter's life. And my condolences go out to 40 cal, because I have a daughter, you know, and me and my daughter are tight. like pantyhose. You know, we are tight, and I can feel, you know, have an idea how he feels. You know, I'll leave it at that. And 40 cal, you know, be strong, and prayers are out to you from all the different, you know, I think of a people, Christian, Muslims, Jewish, whoever, you know, that feel for you. That's it.
Beautifully said. Really beautifully said, man. Yeah, it's just sad. Like just listening to like the transcript and just how our day was going. It saddened me, man. It just saddened me. It saddened me for her especially. Like I'm sad for her father, her mother, her friends. But I'm especially sad for her because she was just definitely in a sunken place, man. And it's just like it's 12 a.m. out in Niagara Falls, some place called Goat Island. I don't know. It just sounds. This is. I mean, I can't put the blame on her friend that she was confiding in because he didn't alert nobody about it because he's just a child himself. But damn, like I don't know.
And that's the thing. We have to be more comfortable about in talking about this type of stuff because we can really help people. You know what I'm saying? Her friend had all the red flags to go ahead and alert somebody, and we think we're being a good friend in not saying
Right.
anything to anybody. And
Facts.
we need to teach each other that that it is very much needed. You know, it we look
Yo, I know me.
society
I
tends to look down on
right.
mental health, and
Hmm.
that's not the right thing to do. We all experience shit that we need help through, and it's okay to get help for it. It's okay to talk about these things. It's okay because we're in this together. We're all in this together.
Just like that friend she was talking to, she talked to him about this stuff before and told him don't tell her mom before. You know what I mean? And
Right.
he, like you said, thought he was being a friend by not telling her mother or not telling the person that, you know, her caregiver or her father or whoever. And oh man, even you guys out there, just that's just friends or females, just friends, and you have a friend and you know they're going through something. It's not snitching if you let their parent know that. And I understand parents. If the friends come and tell you, don't. I know it's hard to be in an emotional state. You have to be a little bit more tactful when you get this type of situation. Your kid already not coming to you with this type of stuff. They can find it in the friend. So when you get this information that's very sensitive, you got to be tactful with it. Like she, and I'm not saying I'm not faulting her for lying to her mom, or I'm not faulting the mom for her daughter lying to her, but you know, when you parenting it, from my perspective, you know, I don't have any children. It's a hard job to see that. It's of emotion and reason, like at the highest level. Oh man, I'm really on Saniyya Dennis, man. I think it's premature to say she's dead. And they find her, and they can go by transcripts from a cell phone. I just hope they find her. And I don't want them to say that she's dead because I feel like that's going to stop these people from like really searching for her. You know what I mean? They already putting a conclusion on it. Conclusion until you find her. That's all I gotta say on this matter.
Yep. It's definitely hard for me to like put this also because I don't want to point fingers, because this is not a situation where you point fingers at anybody. You know, I'm sure nobody, but if you know that somebody has mental issues, maybe they shouldn't be on their own. Maybe they shouldn't live in a dorm by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody who's close to them, the person that's paying for all that shit, maybe they should step in and say, well, until you get better, you need to be home. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. I understand you can't point fingers because that's like a thin line. The lady's young. She's trying to enter the world. You know what I'm saying? But if I heard in there where they were saying that the girl did say that she was just, you know, that she'd been dealing with mental issues. So if people need to step in, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean, you know, bombard the lady's privacy and all that, but step in. If you love her, step in. Take care of the person that you fucking love.
Yeah, I just recently learned, going through my own issues with PTSD and anxiety, that the things that we experience can be shown on an MRI as a scar on our brain. And until we get the help to be able to deal with those scars, they're going to continue to be scars. They're going to continue to be triggers. So it really takes an expert to help you deal with that, more than family. You know what I'm saying? You need, like for me, because of the trauma that I experienced, I now have to go through trauma therapy. It's a specified therapy for trauma that I'm experiencing. So it's not a bad thing. It's a very healthy thing, and it's the best way to go about these things. You know what I'm saying? Seek that help, that if you're not getting it from your family because your family doesn't know. Family people in general are taught to be quiet about these things, that you shouldn't talk about these things openly, and that's the wrong thing. And we can see that in the known suicide cases where, yes, they haven't found her body, but the signs are leading to that. And if she had the the um the tools that she needed to be able to reach out to the people who could help her, like, I think there would be, a different outcome. And it's very unfortunate. I myself, I have my therapy session in 2 hours today. So I think it's very healthy to be able to have these tools. Go ahead, DM3.
Oh, I just wanted to add what May is saying. Like, I used to think therapy was like something that wasn't necessary, but I'm starting to realize, because my ex-wife, she does therapy and stuff like that, and she always was like, the family needs to go to therapy, and I'd be like, I don't need no therapy. But the thing, it is very important, because you think about it. Poor people, melanated people, people who are not in power, we go through a lot of stuff there, every day. And that could put a serious toll on your brain and your thought pattern and your moods. So it's good to be able to go somewhere and talk to somebody and work it out. So I say to anybody listening to this podcast, if you got any issues or you feel a certain way, go to your nearest therapist and sit down, and it's worth the money, because once you get through whatever your problems are, you'll be able to deal with your life in a better way in the future, and it'll affect everybody around you in a good way. So I think therapy, I changed my mind. I think therapy is very important and very good for people to keep their mind right.
Absolutely. And when we start to learn how to deal with the things that we're going through, we're going to be able to help other people deal with them. So let's make this a norm. Let's make talking about these things a norm. You know, let's stop acting like it's voodoo. Let's stop acting like it's a bad thing.
I want
Like
to
you said,
say
all of us thought it
into
was a
the
bad thing.
therapy thing. I'm not trying to talk over you, but I feel like you do what makes you comfortable. Because me, I feel like I would never be comfortable going to therapy, letting somebody know my inner business. I feel like the best thing is to build trust with the ones you love, so that y'all can sit down and really hash it out. Like, and it don't have to be. It can be passionate, but it don't have to be in a hateful or try to like down each other type of space. It could be like admitting that certain things or certain ways, and telling people how you was really feeling and how you was thinking at the time if you hurt them. I feel like that's the most powerful way of healing not only yourself but also your relationship as a family and as a community. That's my opinion. But whatever, if people feel like therapy is the best option, then do that. Whatever you need to do that. But I feel like I said, she didn't. She called certain people, and I don't want to get too much into it. But I just noticed that some people was missing that I felt like she should have been calling. I feel like that has to do with a communication barrier. And most times than not, when someone is contemplating suicide, they feel invisible. They feel like they don't have a communication that's going on. Like, at least this is what from my experience and from what I be, hearing and stuff like that. I always try to I feel like that's the most powerful version. But if therapy helps, then do that. But I don't feel like for me personally I can do that. But I feel like
Yeah, absolutely. We family is very important. Having people around you, that's very important. However, you know, on the bigger scale, we experience things. I know you've experienced things that your family has never experienced. Like for me, I experienced getting shot at 17 years old. None of my family has ever been through that, so how do they know how to help me through going through that and how to heal from that? I experienced watching a man blow his brains out right in front of me while I was in the hospital in the emergency room. Well, I was there for my own anxiety, and he walked in and he blew his brains out right in front of me. So that's something that none of my family or friends, my connections have never experienced. So how are they going to know how to help me go through that
I've been
in
through
the right
I've been
steps,
through
the right
I've been
words?
through I've been through stuff where I shouldn't even be breathing and walking. But that my relationships that I had with my family, they straight up about it. I didn't go through the same traumas as me. It helped a lot that I was able to sit there and have friends around me that really, really loved me and showed me that they really, really loved me and that they was. And I'm happy, and happy that I can still be myself and talk to them comfortably. That was very, very powerful and healing to me because I noticed that it wasn't just home for everybody else, despite my experiences that I've experienced on my own. But I'm not like for everyone. Me, I feel like I would never talk to a stranger and let them know about how talk and people that I have. People, I feel like we supposed to each other positive reinforcement and energy, especially being each other close. So that's my opinion. But I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm not knocking it at all. I just want to make it to people that might feel like I do, or people that might, what I'm saying, that might experience what I experienced. I'm trying to just, talk to them don't try to force something that, that might not be for you. Do what that always held you. For me, what's healing to me is able to talk to the people that I connected with, especially my family members, and letting me know, that it's not, that what affects me affects them as well. And, we able to talk about it and keep it pushing, keep it moving, just stay positive.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I think,
I just
like you
feel
said,
bad. I feel
communication.
bad that I know a lot of this stuff could have been prevented just by communication. Cause she's just a young woman. She, like Ma was saying, she was on her, everything was in front of her. And then what she resorted to? when she was in that dark place, the people that she believed that she could communicate with. You know what I mean? One person was missing out of that her ex-boyfriend. And that hurt a lot. I'm trying to tell you, that energy is powerful. Like we are all connected. When you make a connection with someone, it's like, and I know nobody's really religious and stuff like that, but God put people in your life for a reason. Because I hate that saying when people be like, I'm self-made. Nobody's self-made. No one. No one's self-made. Society made it like we have to be selfish. We're not blessings to each other. And we so far away from God. It's just, let me stop, man. I'm done, man. Y'all can finish it off, man. There's just so much to say.
Yeah, just whoever you have as your friends and family, make sure you're able to communicate with them. But if nobody has anything else to say, Mal, I know you're just coming in. We're talking about 40 Cal's daughter, that she's been missing, but it was noted today that they believe that she took her own life based on the timeline of events. You have anything to add? Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, I don't. I was, when you hear about that the first time, your first thing you think in your mind is, damn, she missing there. Either somebody done killed her or, you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought the first time. I was like, I'm keeping it a bean. I was like, when somebody go to missing like that for days, it's like you be hoping for the best, man, but it usually be I didn't expect to hear that though. What you just said, Maylene, though, that's new to me right there. That's crazy.
Yeah, let's listen to the news conference, and they had her cell phone records, and based on her ping location and talking with a male friend, and knowing that she had broken up with her boyfriend and it was pretty ugly, over the phone. And yeah, that's what they reported, that they believe that she took her own life.
I hate to hear that. That's terrible for 40, man. Man, should no father have to shouldn't have to bury their daughter or kids anyway. All the kids have to bury their parents. You know how that go. But I don't know, man. I ain't even gonna say too much about that. My condolences.
They didn't find the body. Mark, they didn't even find the body, so that's why I'm saying it's like kind of premature for them to rule out that it was a suicide or that she's dead. So I don't want them. I feel like that's irresponsible on the law enforcement and the people and whoever's leading the search to go ahead and make a conclusion to the search by saying that she's committed suicide, she's dead.
Right. And especially come on, man. Like, I would rather hear 40 say it than them just be speculating that. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna say that? I don't know, man. My condolences, dog. I hate to hear
that. Exactly. I'd rather hear from the one that they said told 40 and the parents. They said they told them yesterday, and then they come out with the news. You know why? Because it's important that these people, these experts, continue to search vigorously. You ain't got nobody. My dead. You know what I mean? That's how they should be feeling. I feel like it's irresponsible.
Right.
I feel like the law enforcement is responsible right now.
Absolutely. And one thing that kind of triggered me with the news reporting is they said that they don't typically cover suicides, but because of the enormous outpour of people, across the country, you know, um, with their interest in this case, um, they felt that they had to. I feel that they should be covering more of this, so that way we feel that we're able to talk to people about stuff instead of being just another news story.
Have they checked the boyfriend? That's kind
Yeah,
of
he
crazy.
was in New York. He was in New York the entire time. They had broken up, over the phone. He had broke it off with her, and she called him multiple times, and he told her if she didn't stop calling, he was gonna have to block her. And
59. They said 59. They said that she called them. She called him 59 times
mhm.
How
in
many
the
times
span
did
of
he
an
answer?
hour. None.
See, I'd have see. I mean, even if I thought she was crazy, I'd at least picked up. You know what I'm saying? To say stop calling, and then maybe he could have heard her cry for help, like mention that she may try to harm herself.
Oh, she told
Something.
him. She told him in text message that she was contemplating on. She said she felt weird. She was letting him know that she was going to do it. And then she tried to call him. So she called him like at least over 100 times, in like an hour and a half, an hour and 30 minutes span. And then she called some other male friend and was talking to him the whole day. And she told him the same thing. And he felt, you gotta listen to it, man.
That's crazy. I ain't even hear that, bro. I ain't
Yeah,
even expect y'all to be.
I posted the news conference in the chat here. So if you want to listen to it, but we played it during this call, and that's where they gave the whole timeline of events. She was even playing Xbox over the phone with her friend. They were playing Xbox, but they were on the phone at the same time um,
Hey,
for
May, you notice that
over
too. She
4 hours.
called. Notice this. The women, she didn't talk to them too long. Her mom, she called her mom, only talked to her for like 15 minutes. She called a female friend, only talked to her for a minute about the breakup. But the other male friend, she talked to him for like hours.
Right.
That
That means that she needs a male person in her life, which should have been her father.
was he not? Well, we ain't gonna get on that. I ain't gonna get on.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to say too much like right now. I'm trying.
Yeah, I know you, bro. Yeah, I know you. Cause you listen, cause as a man, I already know what you finna say. Feel me? But man,
Yeah,
I
right
mean,
now
hope
not the time. It's premature for them to say that she's dead. If they ain't found nobody, can't say she's dead. And I feel like it's irresponsible by that police chief or that federal agent dude saying that she committed suicide. So that's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. I feel like that's just wrong. That's just wrong. And I think they felt like the parents was going to probably come because they told the parents yesterday. They told Saniyya Dennis' parents yesterday that's what they felt. And you see, they didn't say anything. They continue to post my daughter's missing. That's what they continue to do. So I feel like this was an act of racism. And let me stop. I feel like it's an act of racism because it was a little white girl. A little white girl could be missing for years, and they'll keep that little white child on the milk cartons and on everything for years. Like, let's not play this game, man.
and I'm just saying, how is it ruled suicide and we ain't got no body? Like
Facts.
that's I ain't never heard of that before, bro. Ever. Even with Tech 9, they had a body. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man.
So you said they ain't find the body or nothing. They just saying it's a suicide, and they ain't got no proof that she dead.
Just
Correct.
other than she
The
said she wanted to do she wasn't feeling good, and she felt like she didn't want to be here no more. Other than that, and then she's taking selfies and shit, and then from the time period to the time period where her phone went off, she either turned it off or it got destroyed. There's no way for them to tell. So
I mean, like where? I mean, I don't even know if she's that good to hide her own body that good.
yeah,
Or
that's fucking crazy. That should have hit a rock. That should have floated up somewhere down in the Niagara. Like they dump bodies in there all the time. They find bodies in there all the time. That should have floated. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Trust me. That shit moved. That shit, and then it get bloated. It'll come up. That shit start getting bloated with water like a sponge or something. It come up, and then
you're
it
right.
fuck yeah. Like
I never heard of that, bro.
That's why I think that girl is I think and I pray that she's being manipulative, and it's proof that she is manipulative because she lied a couple of times saying that she was on the bus when she wasn't, and to a couple of different people. You see what I'm saying? So hopefully she's being manipulative, and this shit is fucking crazy because kids do shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hopefully she just scared because it done got too big and she don't know what to do but be quiet and let people think
She
what they
want to
want.
scare her boyfriend, and then yeah, facts. She
Yeah.
want to scare her boyfriend, her father. Nobody. She feel like the world is against her. She hopefully, you know what I'm saying? I hopefully, but because the shit sounds wild, man. That shit sounds wild to me. Like
Hopefully, dog, like you saying, that's what's going on, and they find it and they can give us some mental, like some
yeah,
help, like
facts,
somebody, you know what
facts.
I mean?
Don't
Yeah.
just say she fucking just because she said it. She lied to you also a couple times. Did you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no, let's. You know what I mean? Who knows? And then what the fuck if she's like knocked out somewhere? Because she might have did jump off and she's still alive and hit a rock and she's on the side of the fucking thing somewhere and gasping for breath. You're gonna stop searching now? You wanna take your time because you're saying that she
Yeah.
no nigga, get up out there, do your work.
I mean, dog, all these helicopters, bro, all this GPS, all this, like, you can find somebody just on your phone. You can see their house
Facts.
from your
That
phone.
don't even make sense, bro, because what if she jumped off and somehow she doesn't fucking die and she's just on the side of the fucking thing? You're supposed to find her.
Right. Man, I don't, hopefully, man, she, like you say, she just so wild, like, want attention, hungry, you know what I mean, that she just not speaking up.
It took the mayor. It took, and this is why I be saying a lot of these black politicians is fucking coons. That the black mayor of Buffalo, man, it took him fucking 4 days to even say something about the situation, man.
Yeah, man, that's.
So they didn't. They was already dragging their feet anyway.
Yeah.
If the fucking headpiece or the face of the city, which is a black man, is dragging his feet to find a black girl, what do you think the rest of them motherfuckers gonna do?
So now the whole thing is who's put
for them to continue to look and find evidence of her not even being alive or finding her body. Like, is this like a closed case, or are we going to start a petition to force them to do their job?
Right, because what they gonna do? Just have a visual, you know what I mean, and no body, no funeral, like, you know what I mean, like, it ain't right. It don't sound right, dog. It don't sound right.
Yo, no,
Yeah,
for real. What we need to do though, we need to be a part of the whole situation and push the envelope and say, look, no body, no closed case. Because if there isn't any evidence that she is actually, gone from here, how you know she didn't get kidnapped? For real, for real. How you know that everything won't planted for her to disappear? Where are the cameras at? You said they was on Goat Island or the Niagara Falls area. I mean, I'm pretty sure they gotta have some forms of traces, and then, like you said, DNA evidence, cut a foot on a rock, or what parts would you have jumped off at? With is water don't really wash off blood like that, so it still should have something, some kind of DNA on some kind of, like what they say, she jumped into the water.
Even if so, man, if it's not like Buddy say, man, you gonna float to the top. I mean, the crabs and all that down to the bottom feeding, like, animals will get to you, but they can't eat her that fast. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she wouldn't swallow whole by no alligator. You know what I mean? Something crazy like that, dog. So they just gave up looking, man, because I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have enough money for them to. I don't know. I don't know, man.
And that guy was careful. I'm gonna let Flint say something because I see he raised his hand. But that guy, he said they're gonna continue to search. After saying
DM3
they
also raised his hand.
DM3
Go ahead,
Flint.
DM3.
Go ahead, Flint. Then it's DM3.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. What I was saying is, yeah, I mean, yeah, I hope that it is a hoax, but you still like the things that I'm thinking. Like when I heard it was Buffalo, I got concerned because Buffalo is like a desolate like city. You know what I'm saying? That anything can happen, and God knows what the ball 40 cal is involved in. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the lady could have got kidnapped or anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to say what the worst could possibly be. You know what I'm saying? As far as, the dissolving of a person, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff could be possible. You know what I mean?
Go
All
ahead,
right,
Thresh.
gonna say.
Okay, reason I raised my hand, I just wanted to add this point. Like Mob was saying, hopefully the latter is that, she needs attention, things like that. This is very serious. And also, what I wanted to say, because Flint kind of bring it up, and I think Alighton kind of bring it up. Buffalo is up there near Canada, and there's lots of abductions and people take people and send them to other countries. That snatching up women is a real thing. It's not something fake. Just like we were talking about mental illness, that's serious. Abduction is a serious thing also. So it's like, the police definitely shouldn't have been so quick to say it's suicide. You should definitely do all your research, look up on every rock, every place, do everything you can before you just say to the people, oh, it was suicide. Because there's many things that could have happened to this young lady. And like you said, hopefully she is still around and they can find her and they can get her back to where she needs to be.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was in Florida, 2 weeks, about a month ago. About seven women was abducted in Florida. You know what I mean? In that week time. So they out here snatching people up, and ain't no telling how much practice they've been getting and how they've been covering their tracks. The police need to do their job. It's not about how much money 40 Cal got, because it has nothing to do with that. You don't pay the police to do their job. They civil workers, meaning they get paid off of a payroll done by the government or off of taxes or whatever. They're not a private company.
My bad, bro. When I did say something about money, what I meant by that was that maybe he's, like, why I'm never saying, not important enough. You know what I'm saying? You know how they look at black folk. You know what I'm saying? If there had been somebody white, I was trying not to say that. You know what I mean? Trying not to make it a race issue, like why they wouldn't go search for the black chick. You know what I mean? So I just said money, but that was what that was. My bad, though, bro.
Nigga, that's real though, nigga. That's real, my nigga.
I tried to be like PC. You feel me?
Fuck PC, man. We trying to find a black woman right here, man. Man, they don't be PC with us, man. Fuck them. Like, go find her. Like, if it was a white chick, they would have found her ass, bro.
No, I hear what Martin was saying. He ain't want to just leave with the cliche racist bullshit. It's like it's beyond that now,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a serious subject, bro. What I mean?
I don't even like to speculate on what could happen and what, you know what I mean? I just like to say they didn't find a fucking body, right? They didn't find a body. There's no skin. I'm sure the girl had fucking clothes on that something could have fell, some trinkets. You know what I mean? Girls like to wear trinkets. You got 2 separate shoes, like, you know what I mean, that could be found if she did die. Before you could even come to them type of conclusions, like, you know what I'm saying? Her phone, for one. Where's her phone? Did you find it? No. So, you know what I mean? Let's until they find her, they gotta find her before you can start coming to you. How you just say she killed herself? That's crazy. She said she wasn't feeling good and she didn't feel like being here no more.
Right, but a lot of women say stuff like that. A lot of people say stuff like that.
Men facts. Facts, true.
They don't
especially
mean
when they want attention.
they trying to get it. Sometimes they just want a reaction, and see, you know.
But that don't mean for you to stop. That don't mean for you to say, okay, well, we need to stop. She killed herself. That
Yeah,
don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? That means like, all right, well, if she killed herself, let's find a body. Because if she like I was saying, if she attempted to, you know how many people shot themselves in the fucking head and still didn't die?
Right.
Or try to overdose on pills and still didn't die.
Still didn't die? You know what I'm saying? So what if she's out there in need and you motherfuckers is behind your desk making this shit up and putting it to the media so everybody can feel like we're not stupid. We're not stupid. Don't pull the shit over our eyes. Get the fuck out there and comb the land, nigga. We pay the taxes. Get them big ass support teams that you would have out there combing the land for somebody that broke out of prison or some shit. Like,
but didn't they say they had her on camera at a certain location?
Yeah. 1 second, I got a phone.
Then they say they had her on camera on a certain location. My whole thing is why they can't pull the surveillance around that area. And if she never left out around that area, why ain't they searching that area? I mean, it's not that difficult. If you have surveillance of, you said the last time she was seen, did you see her leave that area or was she still over that area? Is there boats access to that area? Is it something like, because like I said, water don't really wash away the DNA. Like what Bob said, ain't nobody go. One of the things, there's two things that people they ain't trying to really do, right? They not trying to commit suicide by drowning, right? That's just suffering. Nobody trying to suffer and kill themselves. In the process of suffering, you be like, I changed my mind. I don't want to do this shit no more. It's uncomfortable, right? So people ain't gonna set themselves on fire to kill themselves or really try to drown themselves without being overdosed on something and comatose on something. Drowning is like one of the worst ways to leave here, because you gonna start gasping and be like, oh, I mean, your heart gonna change. As soon as you gonna start going through these changes, your body will be like, no, 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 no. That's why, like I was saying, people try to shoot themselves to get it done over fast, slit their wrist to get it done over fast. But when you gonna try to drain yourself, nah, it doesn't even work that way. Your body, your mind, you be like, no, you gonna fight to survive. That's not one of the ways. That's why the people take pills. Because once it starts taking effect, it's nothing you can do about it. But to jump into the ocean or jump into the river, it's like, I'm gonna drown myself. No, that's just awful. It's horrible. I don't know nobody.
It's starting to shape
You
up.
just said bars. That was real. That was real shit right there. Dang.
Yeah, and with him saying that, it's starting to sound more and more like, I hope that she just being quiet and don't know how to say, I didn't, I fucked up, y'all. My bad. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's like that. Then they go get us some help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. Yep. Word. I hope so too, man. Because I hope, I definitely know that by them fucking making that announcement ain't helping nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So whoever the fuck, I 40 and them need to be on their ass because that's crazy. Like, find my daughter then.
Hey, real quick, what was the cause though? I know they said suicide, but what was the cause of death? Is that they exclamating?
They can't even say. They're just assuming because they didn't find a body. You know, they can never say the cause. They can never say the cause until they do an autopsy.
What was the word alleged used?
So what is the alleged cause of death?
Because of her boyfriend, because she broke up with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend broke up with her.
What is the alleged cause of death? Like
Suicide. That's all they said. That's all they said. It's just a big question mark to them. They like
a narrative. It's a narrative. I see what you're saying.
Right. No, see, this is the biggest
cause jumping off the bridge. That's what she said she was going to do. Jump off a bridge. So that would be the cause.
To jump off a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
What bridge?
Yeah, they definitely find a body if she jumped off a bridge. Like, you know what I mean?
And like Mob said, her shoes. Like, where's her shoes? Where's her pants? Where's her jacket? Where's her shirt? Like that. If that happened, that shit would have floated up and been found.
Yep, the phone, something. The phone, like, don't they got ways to like
clothing? Yeah,
like comb the bottom of the water and all that type of shit. Like, I mean,
No,
I'm sure.
no. What bridge was she around to jump off of?
I
So
don't know
like a
that.
light, like a light was.
Bro.
I'm not familiar with the area, but she was over in Niagara Falls, Goat Island.
So the bridge, well, Niagara Falls is not a bridge, it's a dam.
I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't
You breaking up, Wi-Fi.
We don't know, bro.
cut y'all
This is
off.
Hold
But
on
yeah,
real quick.
she was in college, right? She a college student. She a college student, so she know that the Niagara Falls is not
Like
a
a
bridge.
light was.
Yeah, the Niagara Falls is not a bridge. So if she went to Niagara Falls to jump off and kill herself, and she said she's gonna jump off a bridge, she went to school. She a college. She's educated. She's getting education. She know the difference between levees and bridges and dams, right? So the Niagara Falls is not even a bridge. So it doesn't even make sense. And then, like, there's too many people for her to jump off the Niagara Falls, even in this type of situation in society when everybody got to be 6 feet apart and this, that, and third. People still going to Niagara Falls. People still going in the hotels. People still going on vacation. People still going to be in places. People still going to be driving across bridges. So at least one person would have seen her if she would have jumped off a bridge, because they would have seen a person jumping off a bridge. I don't know any bridge that doesn't have traffic. So once again, and I don't know any bridges that don't have cameras. That's like a major bridge, especially in New York City. New York City got New York, all in New York, pretty much with bridges and stuff like that. They got cameras. You got all these tolls and all these different places. Man, these
This
places.
is Buffalo, New York. That's Buffalo, New York is upstate New York, bro.
So you don't think upstate New York got cameras?
I'm not saying that, but it's different from New York City, where a city where a lot is going on, to as opposed to a city that had they hardly have anything going on other than football. You know what I mean?
All right, let's say this. Anywhere where money is, there's always cameras. Where real money at, there's always cameras. There's always cameras. When you go into a closed, gated community, guess what you're driving into? A camera surveillance area. When the people broke through that gate, the cameras caught the people breaking through the gate. When the people was about to get locked up for pulling guns on the people, they're like, no, they in our community. There's cameras. The cameras caught them in the money area. Money areas is going to have cameras. You're not going to walk into a bank without cameras. So if you're saying that there's upstate, oh, that's where the money at, oh, it's not a bad area, guess what they're going to have? They're going to have cameras. They're going to have security. They're going to have police. They're going to have things set in place to protect their investments in their area. They're not going to let no ratchet people come through and not know what's going on and not have surveillance of their environment, their community, their cars, their money, their banks. There's cameras in where the money at. Don't think you're going to go into a money space and not be surveyed. You're going to have surveillance on you. So I'm about to walk right in this Target, and guess what I'm about to be on? Candid camera. I'm gonna have a camera on me. Somebody had to see something.
Yeah, a light
Hey,
never lied about that one. Today's technology, they got cameras on us on everything, man. They take the satellites, they take pictures of our houses, everything. So if they really want to see, they can see.
That's a fact. So that's why we're going to keep the pressure up on these assholes, because they're not going. It's too premature for them to say she's dead. And like Elaine was saying earlier, we gotta carry that. You know what I mean? You gotta keep pushing it. And I don't mean just us, but everybody that's in the battle rap community, everybody that's in the black community, everybody that's in the melanated community, and even the white community or whatever. Like, yeah, like we gotta be putting pressure on these assholes, man. You can't be letting somebody just go missing and then try to say that they committed suicide and ain't got no body. Like, get the fuck out of here. But y'all, man, we gonna end it right here. We trying, you know, we gonna keep following up on this. Whenever new updates and details come out, and give it to y'all.
Word, salute to everybody. Now I'm gonna really put the pressure on, because the department that's getting funding, I bet if they lose their funding, they will go out there and get their job done. If they get threatened to lose funding, people gotta eat. Like, he's still looking for, like, 40 Cal probably not even eating right now. Like, but they trying to eat. They trying to be comfortable. But they not caring about doing their job. Now, pressure gonna have to be put onto them. Like, y'all want bonuses and y'all write tickets and y'all focused on doing traffic tickets or citations and violations and breaking in doors and all this and other that. But if you ain't showing that you care about your community and care enough to look and find and do everything you can, y'all need to get paid, man. Y'all in the wrong profession. Do your job. That's what you get paid to do. Do your job. Or lose your funding.
Hey, man, hit that end button, man.